This is how the Bugatti version 4 AK-74 from E&L comes, with an Bugatti core MOSFET, with an Bugatti 20.5 millimeter long nozzle, Bugatti cylinder head, with standard E&L 18:1 ratio gear set. The shimming was okay, it was not perfect, but it was okay. Standard E&L tappet plate, and a Bugatti Pro piston with the Bugatti adjustable piston head. You can shove a long Allen key through the barrel into this piston head and turn it counterclockwise or clockwise to reduce or to increase the FPS. This Bugatti nozzle also has two O-rings. This is a two O-ring setup, so naturally this has a little bit more friction on the cylinder head, and you need a strong spring for this setup. Also two O-rings on the cylinder head with a rubber cushion. The LCT motor is now installed to the gearbox, shimmed to the gearbox, and all three gears inside the gearbox are shimmed very well with a very tiny amount of play. And the bevel gear to the pinion gear has also a very tiny amount of the necessary play. And removing the motor, you can see that all three gears can move freely inside the gearbox. Again, checking play. Only very small amount on all three gears, and I can now install all the other parts inside the gearbox, install the gearbox to the Airsoft E&L, to my AK, and then testing the FPS, maybe the accuracy, and then I can refinish the Airsoft body. This little platform inside the metal body where the gearbox can rest in the back, but there's none in the front, so I welded in this little metal piece here at the bottom, and this fixes the dropping down air nozzle. I have now decided to add another small metal piece to the Airsoft body to the right side of the gearbox. It's this little piece here. So now the gearbox is not only supported from the bottom but also from the right side, and I think that this is a better solution, because when you tighten the bolt for the safety latch, the gearbox gets pulled to the right and only the hop-up chamber is supporting the gearbox from or within the hole from where the air nozzle comes out, so it puts pressure on the hop-up chamber, and I don't think that this is a good solution. So now the hop-up chamber can move freely inside the gearbox, which is absolutely straight with the barrel, with the outer barrel, with the inner barrel, and with the gearbox and with the Airsoft body itself. So you don't have to align the gearbox and the hop-up chamber with these two bolts to the left and right on the hop-up chamber. So this is now centered. Every part is now centered without any tension on the hop-up chamber or air nozzle, which is important for a good air seal. So it goes on and off without any resistance. Only the last millimeter because of the hop-up rubber where the air nozzle gets pushed into. And as you can see, the nozzle is 100% centered to the barrel. This is now the final gearbox setup after I've tested 3 different magazines, one original E&L magazine, one original LCT magazine and one modified LCT magazine. Originally my plan was to use the LCT magazines, but I found that on the LCT magazines, this, I call it BB stopper for lack of a better term. This stopper has a different location from the original E&L magazine. The E&L magazines have this stopper in the back and the LCT models in the front. And I don't know if you can see this, but the LCT stopper sits deeper inside the magazine, and this little tube from the hop-up chamber won't push this far enough forward to clear the chamber for the BBs. So I guess they get stuck, or they slightly touch this this stopper here, so they're not feeding correctly. Then I've modified the one LCT magazine to see if I can get rid of this problem, and I have removed a little bit material on the stopper in the front to clear a little bit more of the chamber in this magazine, and it helped a little bit, but not 100%. So I have now abandoned the LCT magazines and I will use the original E&L magazines for this build, or I will try to get Cyma magazines. They should also work with the E&L. So I have found the problem, and the problem was the LCT magazines. I've replaced this one with the original E&L AK nozzle. So now this 2 O-ring setup is gone. This has way too much friction, So I've replaced this with the original E&L nozzle, and I have replaced the original tappet plate spring with one from Retro Arms, but I've also removed 2 coils from the Retro Arms spring to make it a little bit stronger. So this is my setup now. This is one of the coils that I removed from the Retro Arms spring. So now this adjustable piston head is gone. This one is an unadjustable, just old school piston head from FPS. I think it's made in Italy. A 2 O-ring setup with round O-rings. This works quite well. The original Bugatti Pro piston with steel tooth. And everything else is unchanged inside the gearbox. Well, of course, I've changed the motor for the LCT slim grip motor, but that's it. So this is now my setup. I've tested this this airsoft with this setup. It's working fine. I have also used the slow-mo function of my camera to check if the nozzle gets pushed all the way back, because in the beginning I thought that these misfeeds maybe are because of a air nozzle that's not retracting all the way or is too long or whatever. So with the slow motion function you can really see if something is wrong with the gun. What you can also do is to manually load the BBs to the into the hop-up chamber, or into the hop-up tube from beneath by tilting the airsoft upside down, and then put 4 BBs inside. Press them slightly with the finger into the hop-up chamber or hop-up tube, and then shoot. And if they are manually feeding, there's no problem with the hop-up or gearbox or anything with the airsoft, but it's a problem with the magazine when you have misfeeds. So this was something that I have done, or what I have tested, and it worked.